Today we're making these incredible stuffed bell peppers loaded with creamy mashed potato, juicy ground beef, and plenty of mature cheddar cheese. Comfort food at its best. Welcome to Thriving with Mrs. O. First, we'll start by preparing our bell peppers. We're using 4 bell peppers today. Slice the tops off and remove the seeds. Trim the bottom slightly so that they sit flat. Be careful not to cut through the bottom. Nice and stable already. Now save the pepper tops because we will chop those into fillings later. Now repeat this step until all 4 peppers are done and ready to go. Now this recipe is simple, hearty, and seriously satisfying. As a woman running a kitchen that is multicultural, I always loved comfort meals that bring the family together, feed the family well, and make the most of simple ingredients. Now let's move on to the next step. Now we'll start making the filling, and for this filling I'm using about 250 grams of ground beef. This is 5% fat, lean beef, but you can use any ground beef that you have. We're going to place our ground beef into a non-stick ceramic pan and fry on medium to low heat for a few minutes until the meat is golden brown. Tell me in the comments, are you team ground beef, turkey, or chicken? I always love seeing what everyone uses. And keep watching because this beef mixture is what turns these peppers from good to absolutely incredible. Now we're going to proceed to season our ground beef with some paprika, some black pepper, and some salt. We're now going to chop 2 small onions into fine pieces, and these will go into our ground beef mixture. We're going to saute the onions with the beef mixture until they are translucent. Whilst the beef and the onions continues to cook, we're going to take the tops that we removed from the bell peppers and cut them finely into small pieces. And these again will be added to the mixture to give it that extra color and make it hearty. We'll allow the beef mixture to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Then we're going to add a little bit of orange squash to give a little bit of sweet taste, but this part is optional. A little bit of Maggi to add that extra flavor. And finally, some gravy granules. Now, this is optional, but I like to have a little bit of sauce in the mixture, so I'm adding a bit of gravy and some water. Allow this mixture to simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. And here's my favorite shortcut. These are actually leftover boiled potatoes. Let me show you how I turn them into a creamy topping in just a few minutes. Busy women, this is the kind of kitchen hack we love. Yesterday's potatoes becomes today's comfort food. Now we're going to add some butter, some black pepper, and some salt. Then mix everything together into a mash. Then we're going to chop some fresh coriander to give that extra flavor and aroma. Then mix everything until it is a nice mash. Now, if you like to have a lot of cheese in your filling, at this point you can add some extra cheese into the potato mix, but I'm going to leave mine as it is. And now our fillings are ready. The beef is rich, flavorful, and smelling absolutely amazing. Now it's time to stuff our bell peppers. We're going to spoon the beef mixture into each pepper. Now divide it as evenly as possible. You can press it down gently with the back of a spoon if you need to. Make sure all that goodness is packed into each bell pepper. Now look at that. They're already looking delicious. And we haven't even added the mash topping. Next, we're going to spoon the mash generously over each pepper. Now we're going to pile on it. This topping creates the perfect balance with that rich beef filling. We're going to smooth it out and leave a little bit of space to add some cheese. And lastly, we're going to finish this off with a generous handful of mature cheddar cheese. Now, don't be shy here. The cheese creates that beautiful golden crust we all love, and the layers are done. Our peppers are ready to go into the oven for baking. Bake in the oven 118 degrees for 20 minutes. And here they are, fresh out of the oven. Look at that beautiful golden cheese. The peppers are perfectly tender and the topping is lightly crisp. And the kitchen smells absolutely amazing. This is the kind of meal that makes everyone ask, when's dinner ready? Let them rest for about 5 minutes before serving. Trust me, it's worth the wait. Thank you for watching. Subscribe today.